Hey guys, Dr. Deuce back again with another great set of music tech tips for you. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about the incredible Logic Pro X Drum Machine Designer application. Now this has revolutionized the way in which we can program and create our own custom tailored electronic drum kit sets, and it certainly is far more flexible than using the EXS24 or the Ultrabeat for your drums. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we've got our Logic arrangement, Logic Pro X arrangement with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 tracks are playing. This whole tutorial is mainly about what's going on here with our Drum Machine Designer. Okay, so that's soloed. And let me just break down the rest of what's going on, just out of interest. This right here. So that's Alchemy, one of my favorite things about Logic Pro X. Again, Alchemy. Okay, so we've our grand piano, and that's coming from the EXS24 sampler. Grand piano here as well. Okay, and then we've got some bells from Sculpture. Lovely. And then, of course, my 808 bass. Check out the video on how to use Alchemy to create your crazy 808 basses. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I've only just recently gotten used to using the Drum Machine Designer. I started programming my drums in Logic using the EXS24, which many guys who jumped on Logic from the early days, this is what we used, and hey, it was great. I mean, I've done videos about the EXS24, which is a fantastic tool. But of course, as you evolve in your knowledge and you start to explore different applications, you start to realize that actually the EXS, although it's a great sampler, it's not the most efficient tool for use as a drum machine. Of course, Logic came out with the Ultrabeat. It is incredibly powerful, and there are many users out there who would swear by it, but it just didn't take for me. However, now that this Drum Machine Designer is amongst us, I have really started to get into this thing, and it's so easy, so powerful, and just so logical to use. And that's what I'm hoping to do today. I'm hoping to show you how quickly you can edit what's going on here. And what's fantastic about the Drum Machine Designer is your ability to very quickly create your own custom drum kits. So the Drum Machine Designer, what we've got here is we've got our customary 16 cells or 16 pads. And if we click here, that's our kick. And I mean, what's great is it's really clear, easy to follow what's going on. The nice little icons there representing the different type of drum instruments. You can scroll along here. And of course, you've got another 16 and you've got another 16 here. And actually, they're actually mapped to keys, as you can see right here, which is brilliant as well. So if we were to go back to this point, C1, as always, is your kick. And D1 is your snare, which is brilliant, okay, in terms of mapping. Okay, so let's start off by creating a brand new software instrument. We go here, and what we're going to go for is an empty channel strip, okay, create that. What you want to do is make sure that your library is switched on, and the keyboard shortcut or key command for library is letter Y on the keyboard. So I'm just pressing letter Y to toggle that open and close. So you're sitting on the track, press letter Y or click on the library tab up here and come down to electronic drum kit, Drum Machine Designer. Choose one of the presets, I mean quite a few to choose from. Then you've got individual hits, which are like down here, you've got your kicks and so on and so forth. You've got a load of different options here in terms of the drum kits that you can load up. So if we click on After Party, that's the first one in the list. So you come over here to Drum Machine Designer, that's the icon, click on that once, and the interface will come up, and this is what you'll get. Okay, so you have this massive interface. You've got all of the pads right here, And as you click each pad, you've got all of the parameters settings down here that you can adjust, which is brilliant. You can open and close using this, which is quite cool. And we can scroll along. And of course, that's brilliant. Now, what you need to notice as well is I've just clicked on the kick pad, and over here we've got a whole range of kicks now showing up in the library. If I hit hi-hat number 1, we will see in the library all of these hi-hats show up. Let's say, for example, we just want to we want to try out another drum kit. How do we get back? Well, of course, we can scroll back down here. The other way of doing it is double click up here, and now you can see the list now returns to the main list of drum kits. So now if I want to change from after party to analog circuits, all I need to do is click once and just wait for it to load up the new drum kit. Here we go, analog circuits, and here we go, new set of drums. Depending on the cell or the pad that you're sitting on, that's what will display in the library in terms of categories. Now let's say, for example, I'm not happy with this kick. Okay, I'll wait for the kicks to appear. Now what I will do is I will just click on after party, and that after party has automatically appeared in the kick slot. Go to analog circuits, and look how quickly I can actually swap out and audition kicks to go with this drum kit. However, I wanted this clap in the place of the rim. All I need to do is just pull this like so, drop that over there, and they'll swap around. Let's say I don't like that sweep. All I need to do is select it, right click on the cell, clear cell, boom, gone. Okay, so let's go back to my original drum kit, drum beat. Okay, cool, that sounds all right. Now, if I was to click on this little down arrow here, you will see that every single drum cell or pad has its own individual track, which is absolutely brilliant. So you can apply all of your effects independently to each and every one of these drum sounds. Okay, which is brilliant compared to how things were before. So of course, you can apply effects to the overall drum kit by clicking on, say, the after party track, or you can come to the individual track and apply. So for example, if I wanted compressor on that, on the kick drum, all I need to do is select kick drum, and I'm going to change from overdrive to compressor, classic VCA, and there we are. And that's now on my kick drum. And in terms of mixing, I mean, it just makes things so much more flexible. Over the years, I've always recorded my parts separately. So I'd record my kick drum on a single track, my snare on a separate track. But now I can do it all in one block, and I've got access to mixing all of the parts independently, even though the recordings are actually in just one region. And that there is such a time saver. So we're back to our original. The drums go something like this. Let's go into the drum designer, drum machine designer. I'm going to change the kick drum. I'm going to change the clap or the snare. I'm going to add my own hi-hat, and I'm going to select my drums from my Body Blows drum kits sample pack, which you can download right now absolutely free. There'll be a link on the screen where you can do so. I'm going to actually modify an existing drum kit. So this after party, we're going to modify this and pull our own sounds in. Then I'll show you how to build your own custom drum kit from scratch. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so right here in my Finder, I've got my Body Blows drum kits. Grab your copy right now for free. There's a link in the description. Okay, so I want to replace this kick drum, and now I'm just gonna list by name, starting from kick number 1. Hit the space bar on my keyboard and audition that. Okay, and I'm just using the down arrow to. Okay, I'm going to go through it until I find the one that I want to use. Okay, I'm going to run with this one for now. Now, all I need to do is grab, select, drag, drop Boom, straight in, no messing. There we go. It's that easy. Let's say I didn't like it and I wanted to go for something else. Press the space bar just to audition here. Let's go, say it was this one. Drag, drop, boom, straight in. I'll go through and I'll just replace some more drums and then we'll come back. Okay, so here's a new pattern. I've just added 1 or 2 little bits to it. I've included 1, 2, 3, and this is what we've got with just the bass line and the 808 going. Cool. We can now start to modify some of these parameters. So all we need to do is hit this right here and we select, for example, let's say it was kick drum. We can actually solo this. And this is what's so cool about this. You can actually, let's release a solo from that. We go to, open this up and we go to the kick right here. We play that back. Okay, nice and easy. I can mess with the pitch. Wow, how easy is that? Okay, we can mess with the attack. It's like the envelope is right there. I mean, decay, left and right pan. This is absolutely brilliant, and this is all independent. Look, you know, this is sitting in a single region. And we are able to control all of the individual notes from within that region, and the display is nice and big and, you know, so easy to get to. You've got your filter here as well. You've got stereo spread, reverb, some distortion here and drive. Wow, I mean, this is so cool. So that's how you can actually start messing with the actual individual drum sound. Okay. You can also solo it here. I forgot about that. Yeah. So let's say, for example, take that solo off and hit this solo right here. There we go. Or we can mute something. Let's mute the hi-hat. Mute it from within there. And as you can see it, that mute appears on the track, which is brilliant. Okay, so this is the amount of control that you've got over the individual pads or cells. Okay, cool. Now, if we were to click right here on this at this level and we went to this up here, we can then have even more control over the overall kit. Now this area is called the smart controls area, and to toggle this on and off is a key command. It's real simple. It's B on the keyboard, letter B, and that switches that on and off. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how quickly and simply and easily the process is to create your own custom designer drum kit. So the first thing you want to do is create a new designer instrument. So let's create a new empty channel strip. Use the library, or you can in fact come down to instrument and go right to the very bottom, drum machine designer, and that automatically loads up the big room kit. Okay, now to create your own custom kit, all you need to do is double click on big room. In the library section, you will see empty kit. If you click on that, now you've got a new empty kit with all of the cells completely free. And all you do is follow the procedure as we did before and drag and drop your drum sounds into the slots. So of course, if I want my Body Blows kick number 1 into slot 1 on the kick slot, which is right here, there we go, straight away. Okay, and here's my snare. Again, I'm just going to choose number 1, and you build up your kit just like that. So now I want to save this custom drum kit. So make sure the library is actually open. So Y on the keyboard to toggle that open and close. Make sure you've got empty kit selected. You just come down to the bottom and you choose save. And now you can save the kit as 1. And now that is saved as one of your custom kits. I'm going to delete this instrument and we're going to go again, create empty channel strip. If you notice right here in the library at the very top, you got user patches. You click on that and there we go, Dr. Deuce 1. Click on that and here we are. Okay, And of course, you can continue to build on that, save it as it is, as you build it up, or save as a new one. And the other thing you should note is along here on the actual channel strip, you have all of these plugins that you can activate or change if you like, that will be custom to this particular drum kit setting. It's very easy to create and modify your custom drum kits. Now, there are a couple more useful things that you might want to do in terms of customizing your kit. If you were to come up here, come to this right here, you right click on that, you get this option right here, and you can choose the icon that you want to use. So this is my snare, and I can choose to have that icon as my snare. The other thing I want to show you, let's say for example you built up a brand new kit but you weren't happy, you can right click on this title bar up here and you can hit clear all cells and everything will get cleared, or you can hide the icons, or you can close the library on the left hand side. So using that, you can open and close your library. Okay, and finally what I want to show you is this. If I was to hit this down arrow just to reveal all of the individual parts, and I was to click on kick 1, have a look now, and right here we can see Ultrabeat. If I click Ultrabeat, here is the Ultrabeat interface. So click that, and there's the drum. So effectively what we're looking at when we look at the Drum Machine Designer is an interface or front end to the Ultrabeat drum machine. To actually get to it, you click on the first one, and then you can click on this, and now what we can do is go in on the individual drum sound and we can do our editing. So for example, if I wanted to adjust the start time of that kick, what I'll do is I'll come here, I'll drag this and hit that again. Okay, let's pull it in some more. Okay, so we still have further flexibility and all of the tools that come with Ultrabeat, the filters, envelope, and the sort of in-depth shaping of the sound. So this front end, I mean, we've got this great control here, but of course if you want to go deeper, you can go in and do it in Ultrabeat. And now the great news. Let's say we want to go back to here, go to user patches, there's our custom drum kit, and let's open this up right here, click on the first one, which is the kick drum, and there we have it, drum Ultrabeat. So what happens is when you create your custom drum kit, Logic actually creates an Ultrabeat preset and your drums go in there. And now this kit can benefit from all of the parameters in here. So let's select this kick right here. Let's hit the reverse button and let's try that. Okay, and all of the filters and modulation and everything that's in this window you can now apply to the individual kick. It's actually genius because now you have the simplicity of the designer interface. But if you want to go deeper, of course, you can go into Ultrabeat. Now, of course, if you want to do further audio editing of your drum samples, you need to then go into Logic's audio editor. Last couple of things I want to show you is this. Once you've created your custom drum machine, when you are saving, you want to make sure you go to File, say Save As. You make sure that you copy the Ultrabeat samples into your project folder. So you'll see right here. You make sure you select that and then you hit Save. The other thing you can do is come to File, come down to Project Settings, and then down to Assets. And right here, make sure copy Ultrabeat samples into project. Now that's a standard setting that will remain switched on until you disable it, and that way, or whenever you transport a project from your machine to another machine, the samples will actually go across in the project folder. And now what you do, you press F on the keyboard as your shortcut, and that opens up the file browser, and then you go to Logic, you click this little Logic tab right here, and you click on Projects, and you scroll down until you find the project that you're working on. And that's it right there. You select that, and then you go to All Files, and then you get this window, and this here, we're now looking into the project folder, and we can actually examine all of the files in the project folder. What I really want to see is that my Ultrabeat files are actually in here, and there's a lot I can do now. If I say, for example, I wanted to edit this sample, I could always drag this into the main screen, open it up in the audio editor, edit, and then save it again. Okay, so that's how you can actually look at your assets. So, I mean, there's not much more to show you. I mean, really, it's time for you to experiment. I mean, get your kick drum, put a new kick drum in, maybe go in, grab a compressor on the actual kick drum track. And you've got to check out my video on Logic's classic compressor circuit types. Yeah, check out the video. The link's going to be on the screen. I think I'm going to put a Yuri blackface on, which is right here. Some soft distortion. Wow, already. Oh, that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And as well, there's another video you need to check out. Let's go to this right here, my analog glide. Now, if you notice here, we've got a compressor on, and that compressor is being affected by the sidechain, and the sidechain is driven by instrument 1, and instrument 1 is my kick drum. So if I was to click here, you'll see that is actually causing the bass to duck. All right, so let's actually bring it up. Okay, so check out my video about using sidechain compression to cause pumping and ducking effects of different synths and other instruments. Okay, that's kind of it really. At the moment I'm doing a series on Ableton Live 9, and I touched briefly on how things are done over there in terms of using the drum machine, building your own custom drum machines. And I think definitely Logic developers have looked at other applications such as Ableton and seen the way things are done in Ableton in terms of sorting out your drums and stuff is very, very comprehensive. And I'm glad that Logic is in step with applications such as Ableton. And if you want to check it out, there's a link on the screen. You can always look at that series too. Well guys, I really do hope you found this tutorial useful. I'll also be making another one all about the drum kit designer, and that's to do more with sort of live sounding drums as opposed to electronic drum kits. Okay, so watch this space. There should be a link on the screen real soon. But in the meantime, if you found this tutorial helpful, do remember to share it, like, subscribe, and comment. It's always great hearing from you, and I'll be back again real soon. I'm Dr. Deuce. Peace.